Hello everybody, welcome back on the second lesson for the Elasticsearch logging fundamentals. In the first lesson we talk about the file beat and other beats and what is the log, and why we need a file beat and what is the timestamp and things like that. And that was really good basic understanding just for definitions and what we can and what we can't do with the logs and what sort of answer we can get. The today lesson is the bit more about the Filebeat and Elasticsearch installation stuff. Let's talk about it. Um, yeah, so getting started with the Filebeat and logs. So in this lesson, you will learn how to set up the Filebeat for log monitoring. You will also explore the Nginx modules and see how easy it is to use send the data to the Elasticsearch. So basically, we're gonna download, install the Filebeat, and configure the Filebeat with the Elasticsearch. Okay, let's go next. Okay, monitoring the log. Now let's see how you can get started with the Filebeat to ship the log file from your host wherever you need to. Download Filebeat on the host where the logs reside. So on your machine, download the Filebeat, configure the Filebeat on that machine, and then start the Filebeat and verify that data has been arrived in the Elasticsearch. Okay, so for example, this is your machine. Server is your machine where you're doing work and where you want the monitoring stuff to be happen. You download the Filebeat and then you send it out to the Elasticsearch. Okay, this is exactly the same. I don't know if you guys have learned about the Splunk. In the Splunk, whichever machine you want to monitor, you put the universal forwarder, Splunk universal forwarder. You install that, and then you direct that forward to the Splunk server itself, to Splunk Enterprise, and you monitor the log. This is sorry. This is exactly the same like that. Okay, so in this case, the universal forwarder is the Filebeat. Okay, let's go next. Download the Filebeat. So first step is to download the Filebeat. There are many download options. You will find pre-compliant binary available for many of the platforms you are already using in your infrastructure. Make sure you download the same version as your Elasticsearch cluster. The last line is important. Make sure to download the same version as your Elasticsearch cluster. So whichever version your Elasticsearch is, should be the same version for the Filebeat. Okay. As you can see here, guys, there are different version for Debian, RPM, Linux, Mac, Window. You know what I mean? I'm been using the Windows 64-bit version of the Filebeat, which is really helpful and it did work. And let's exit from this presentation and let's go to Google. Okay, uh, download Filebeat. Yeah. Right, okay, configure the Filebeat, download it, and all those good stuff. Okay, here we go, guys. This is the link where you need to go, and I will put this link into the description so that you guys don't have to write everything down. Just click on that link and you will be get directed here. So when you're here, it says download Filebeat, just click on the download zip 64-bit, and that's what I used. There are approximately um, 3 videos I made on the Elasticsearch, Filebeat, Kibana, and Logstash, and all those stuff you might know already, or you will find out in future what I'm talking about. There are 3 videos in the same playlist you are now, which is the ELK-ElasticSearch. So there are 3 videos. There is first one is the full installation. I mean Filebeat, Logstash, Elasticsearch, Kibana. The other 2 videos are the issues. Some people having issue to install the Elasticsearch with the Filebeat or the Filebeat itself because of the Java issue. There are 2 videos in this playlist about that as well. So just download this, guys. Windows 64-bit zip file. After you've done that, is in your download folder. Let's go back to there. So you done that. Let's next install the Filebeat. The second part is to install the file. The installation process is very simple. and should feel very familiar depending on the platform you are um, customers to. For example, in Linux server, all you need to do is extract the package below list command to get started with the file in the different environment. So these are the files for the Linux. This is a Linux file to extract your download. So by making sure that Filebeat 7.3.1, it could not be yours. It could be 8 point something or 9 point something by the time you watch this video, 10 point something. I don't know when you're gonna watch it, but yeah, for window is this, right? So that's the installing the Filebeat, right? But there are lot of it's not that easy, guys. You know what I mean? I know in the presentation it's just next slide and yeah, this is how you install and all those things. Not um, if you go to my full installation video of these is in playlist. If you go to my videos and go to playlist, and you will see that video. It's full installation, everything there. Okay, but just for the demonstration purpose, I will show you something over here as well. Okay, configuring the file build. Once you have successfully completed the file build installations, come on, go back. Installation, the third step is to configure the file beat. There are two main settings you should configure is filebeat.yaml file to start. Input and output. That's it. The input defines the file with the file will read it from, and output from the log destination. There are multiple output available. In the particular, you will be shipping to the Elasticsearch, but you will also ship to the Kafka, okay, Redis, or even the Logstash to do the additional processing. That's what I was talking about. So you, in simple theory, yes, you can log your data, ship your data from Filebeat to Elasticsearch, but in the real time, in the enterprise environment, I daily wanna send my log to the from Filebeat to the Logstash, and from Logstash you go to Elasticsearch, okay, and then you can see in the Kibana. You can also secure the information use SSL. Below is the sample configuration that read from the var log and Nixian access.log and the write Elasticsearch running on the local host. So this is the setting you need to do in the filebeat.yaml file. Okay. By default, output is already configured, so you don't need to worry about the output. But in theory, you have to configure it. Okay. So I have downloaded Filebeat here. Right, okay, invite this. Okay, I got Filebeat here, guys. Okay, so this is a window Filebeat. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it should be alright now. That was a white background, and you know, what I mean, it wasn't that clear. So this is a red background. So you can see Filebeat is 7.6.2 window and 64-bit. Okay, let's click on this and open up. So what they're talking about is filebeat.yaml file. Yeah. So if I go back, this is what a oh, come on. This is what they're talking about, filebeat.yaml file. Yeah. Okay, let's go into the filebeat.yaml file. So minimize this filebeat.yaml file. Right click on this, open with uh, notepad. Yeah, let's open with a notepad. Okay, when you open with a notepad, this is what they're talking about, input and output. In the input, filebeat input, this is what you need to make sure is log true, true true. Yeah. And then over here is the path. So uh, where you're gonna get the data from. So in my case, I created a file in the C drive under these folders, and I given that file name test.log, and in the log file I have just write down a little line, and that whatever I written down here is getting shipped to the log slash and to the Elasticsearch, or straight to Elasticsearch. Okay, these three things: one, this one, two, and three thing you need to worry about. And if you're using Linux, this hash will be here, and there will be a no hash. So if hash is not gonna read it, so if you take the hash out, it's gonna start looking the data from this path. Okay, so make sure you block that. Okay, that's the first thing, which is the input. And the output is, if you come down, here we go, it says output here, output, Elasticsearch output. So make sure you take this hash off. If you want to send it to the Elasticsearch, take this hash off and it will go to host in the Elasticsearch. If you're using a different machine, so if your Filebeat on one machine and Elasticsearch is on another machine, make sure you put that IP address over here. Okay, and then this Filebeat will look for that IP address. Okay, so take that hash off and put the IP address over here, just only here. Okay, I use this file um, as a log slash, so I got this, and then in the host the log slash was on a different machine, and I had to put the IP address of that machine, and that's it. If I only wanna use the Elasticsearch, not the log slash, then I put hash over here, so fully block the log slash and only use the Elasticsearch. But by using Elasticsearch, in order to use Elasticsearch, I have to remove this so that data can go there. But again, depend upon if the Elasticsearch on the local host or in the remote host. If it's in remote host, put the IP address here, and that's it, guys. You config you know what I mean. This is the only changes you need to do. Go back, rewind the video, and see if, you know what I mean, if you understand it. Okay, so don't need to save anything, and no, and then come to the PowerPoint, and again. Okay, guys, so yeah, so hope you understand what I'm talking about. See this path over here, access.log, and do you know what I mean? It's depend what you got. Because in this case, sending to Elasticsearch away. Start the file beat. These are the commands to start the file beat. If you know what I mean, if you installed it, and this is what you need to do, guys. Um, yeah, this is what you need to do. Once you, yeah, so once you installed it, you need to start it. After you start it, then the first thing is the data in the Elasticsearch. Once this data start flowing from the file feed to Elasticsearch, you should look at the data to confirm it's actually arrived in Elasticsearch. Typically, by beats, use a similar index form. So this is an index form. All the beats. Oh, come on, man. I'm keep pressing on this. All the beats use. Example below, the index has been created in version 7.3.1. The first one of the specific day is the 2019-10. The new index will be, so if you look at this example, see over here, so these are the two that the field the logs is creator, file beat and metric beat, and two different timestamps are, you know what I mean, with these two different name. Okay, so you say now the data has been shipped to the Elasticsearch. You can see what data look like by sending a query to the Elasticsearch, similar to the example below. Okay, let's see this. How to stop the Elasticsearch? This is how you stop it. If you are on terminal, Control C, sudo service file be stop. This is for um, RPM or Debian, and for the window, this is what you do: stop service file beat. Happy? Filebeat modules. So in the previous lesson, so the first lesson we did, you learn the Filebeat modules, simply the collecting, praising, and visualization. I'm right. So you send the data to log slash, and log slash, you know what I mean, praise and transfer the data. For example, to enable the next in modules for all, you have to do is the run the command below. So this is what you need to do to enable the Filebeat modules. But where these are processed, where these logs processed. Okay, so if you look at here, guys, see, you know what I mean. So Filebeat ingest, yeah, Filebeat send it to Elasticsearch, In Elasticsearch, there are different stages. Ingest, master, data. Okay. Ingest pipeline provide the inability to pre-process a document just before it get indexed. Praise, apply, transformation, and enrich the data pipeline allow you to configure the processor that will be used. Right? Okay. Yeah. Summary then. In the lesson you learned there are different Filebeat binaries for different distributions. Filebeat send data to configure the output. Once the data is sent to Elasticsearch, it is possible to carry the Elasticsearch to explore the data like we did here. Happy? Right. And that's it, guys. That's the second lesson done. I know we didn't do much about the practical, but I'll highly suggest, guys, after you watch this video, go to my full installation video in the playlist called ELK Elasticsearch and watch that video, and you understand what I'm talking about. And don't forget to go through the third lesson we gonna do. That's the final lesson, and I think all the doubts you have in your head that will be cleared. Please subscribe this channel, and I will make more videos. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate. And thank you very much.